Alright guys, it's your boy Crypto Geek, and we have some breaking news for the SEC lawsuit with Ripple. This is some huge news, so I want you guys to sit down, relax, hit that subscribe button for daily XRP videos, smash the like button to help support the channel, and obviously comment your XRP price predictions and your thoughts down below in the comment section, and let's jump right into it. Starting off guys, the SEC seeks to file a single up to 60-page response to individual defendants' motion to dismiss, and Ripple does not accept that. Ripple does not consent, and a written opposition is expected from Ripple according to the SEC securities, obviously. So we are going to be having a look at this, and obviously we do want to see the response from Ripple, which we will be able to see in the next few days. Maybe it's already put up, I'm not sure again. And so let's go ahead and go up as well here, because there is just a ton of news that wants to be told right now. So nonetheless guys, we also have right here Ripple, the individual defendant, and the SEC news have to respond to Johnny Dalton's motion to intervene on Monday, May 3rd, and this is what we were waiting for today. And we'll probably see a ruling on some of the pending discovery disputes sometime next week. No hearing is scheduled as of today. So again, this is very interesting, and this is what we were waiting for on Monday, May 3rd, which is today. Nonetheless, guys, we will scroll over what the judge said, and we'll speak about that later in the video, but we'll also have to look at this where it says the individual defendants have filed their objection to the SEC's motion to file a 60-page consolidated response to the motion to dismiss. And obviously this is Ripple replying back to the SEC in these papers, and obviously the papers are here. If this can load, you guys can have a little look at it. Again, this is their motion to dismiss response, where basically they are disagreeing, and they're mentioning that they would not like a 60-page consolidated response. So obviously you guys can read that on your own if you'd like, but let's keep on going. This SEC files follow-up letter admitting they overstated the number of documents they actually produced to Ripple pursuant to the court April 6th ruling letter below. This is crazy guys, and I don't know if you guys understand how crazy this actually is, and let's actually go ahead and quickly view this, click on it. But this is crazy. This just proves that the SEC decided that maybe it's better we don't give them all of the documents that we should have, and instead just decided that they were going to say they were going to give them all the documents that they should have. And again, this definitely looks positive for the XRP side, because it will give them more defense when they go to court. They can mention this when they go to court and say, you know what, judge, we did not receive, you know, the documents that we should have, or that was written that we were going to receive. So this again is really positive for the XRP side. Now this is again really interesting, and I would like to hear maybe a lawyer speak on behalf of that. Maybe James Hogan mention obviously if it's possible to use in court. I think so. Again, I'm not a judge, so I don't know, or a lawyer, but this would definitely be really interesting to find out. Nonetheless guys, we do have today's really interesting news, and this is actually going to be the response. Okay, this is going to be a response from the judge, and obviously this is from the discovery hearing that we heard of a few days ago. And again, we're going to be going ahead, having a look at that right now very shortly, and hopefully going through all of them. So let's jump right into that. But before we do, I'm just gonna look at this very quickly. So again, the SEC versus Ripple case, obviously, in which the SEC has filed a further response seeking to bar Ripple from seeking internal documents for the SEC staff material, obviously, and there is the letter below. Now this is again very interesting, because at the beginning, right, the SEC was trying to get internal documents from the CEOs of Ripple, and now Ripple is trying to seek internal documents from the SEC staff material. And again, they are trying to really bar them and deny that, and try and not let them get obviously internal staff material. So again guys, really interesting thing right here that's going on. And again, everything that's put up, I think, will be spoken about in court. You know, in their discovery hearings, we will be able to hear a lot more. And again, there is no discovery hearings booked at the time, but once there is, I definitely believe the Ripple side will speak about a lot of the things that we're talking about. And so it is actually very interesting, and again, we're going to jump right into the massive portion of today that we were actually talking about and that we were waiting to talk about and that we were waiting the entire day for, the May 3rd ruling of the judge again, guys. So we're going to go ahead and discuss that right now. Nonetheless, guys, if you guys go ahead and see this, here is the relevant portion of the transcript of the hearing where the judge makes her ruling. So we're going to go ahead and quickly click on this again, and hopefully we'll go over to this together. So again, so this is actually just the aspects where we go ahead and we'll read this together, obviously, where we go ahead and see what the ruling is for the discovery hearing that Ripple and the SEC were discussing in the previous couple days here. So again, guys, it's very interesting. Okay, guys, so again, here we are, and we're gonna read this together. So again, this is actually during the discovery hearing, so we'll skip over some of the things that we don't really need to mention, but we'll go through and read this right here very quickly. It says, I have reviewed the letters and have listened carefully to the arguments. I'm going to grant in large part the defendant's motion. I think that the discovery related to Bitcoin and Ether is relevant, and I think it is relevant to the court's eventual analysis with respect to the Howey factor. Obviously, she continues by saying, but I also think it is relevant as to the objective review of defendant's understanding and thinking about the aiding and abating charge or aiding and abating count. So again, this is some very interesting things that we're listening to and reading at the moment, and we will continue it here. And again, she does speak more about that. And again, so for fair notice defense that Ripple is raising, and obviously just continues through, I am not including SEC to SEC internal communication in that ruling, and so the SEC is obligated to review the discovery request. And obviously, if we go through to the next page right here, I'm just looking at the actual requests themselves. I know we have been talking about the requests 4, 7, 8, 11, and 14. Search all of the relevant repositories for documents and discovery related to communication to third parties. In addition, I'm ordering that discovery be conducted on all 19 custodies. I don't think that the SEC arguments as set forth within the letter and again today are a legitimate basis given to the relevancy standard to preclude discovery here. Now this, guys, is very good for Ripple, and this is actually really hyped up, guys, at this point. Again,